Hey again, guys, we're going to do something today that kind of dates back pre-COVID madness when we were going to do a class on how to prepare tenderloin and other meats. Obviously it never happened, but we're going to try to do that on this video, and see how it goes. A little longer than usual, but anyway, hopefully y'all can enjoy it, watch it. If you have any questions, ask me when you get to the restaurant. First of all, obviously start with your good tenderloin that you have. This is a brand that we use and very happy with. Just easy to work with, and it's just a wonderful product. First thing I do when we're trying to prepare these things is I use my hands as much as I can to kind of get all the excess off of here without wasting any of the good meat. This particular brand is really well trimmed, so you don't have to do a lot with this. But I'll show you kind of what we do and how you get it ready, and how we kind of do it for home and how we do it for the restaurant. Get as much as you can with your hands off the front of it. So when you start doing your trimming, it makes it a lot easier. I'll kind of show you what we do at home, when we do it at home, because this is basically called the chain muscle. I'll leave it on when we cook it at the house. At the restaurant, we do take it off. One important thing is to get a really good sharp knife. We use a Dexter brand knife. You can get these online at any of the restaurant places. I mean, they're $7, $8, so they're not expensive, but they do last for a while, and when you run out, you throw them away and get you another one. Anyway, if you'll see this, there's a thick sinew edge right here on this chain. If you'll just put your knife up underneath it, kind of hold on to it, and just kind of slim. You're not really cutting on these, you're almost like shaving. And it kind of gets all the stuff off, the excess that you don't want on there. All this we'll throw away. And this we'll kind of trim off the best you can till you get to this point here. Now, again, at home I would leave this on, but for restaurants, we take this off to get a good clean barrel cut. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. All you want to do is just slim down the edge of it, and a lot of the rest of it you just kind of pull it off with your hand. You can save that off to the side. You make straight ground beef, whatever you want to do with it. You can cook it down to make stew meat with it. All right, this other part we do is this. There's a side muscle on the head of this tenderloin through here. We'll take this off as well, because frankly it's good for certain things, for stews and stuff. It's a little tough for steaks. So if you'll find where the seam is back in there, I cut it off right there. And then just make a clean barrel cut. This is just a kind of a piece of a tendon or sinew. I'll trim it off. And we'll put this over here, and again, use it for ground beef, whatever, stew meat, whatever you like to do with it. Now, this is kind of where where a sharp knife really comes into play. This silver skin here, a lot of people actually will cook it with it on it. You'll find if you go to the grocery store, a lot of times these guys leave that on there, because frankly, a lot of it does cook off when you're doing the cooking. We like to take it off here. And if you'll just get your knife right up underneath that silver skin part, and just kind of slide down the edge, it'll just come right off. And then if you hold it on this to keep it tight, and do it the other way, it comes off, so you don't have a lot of excess meat on it. It's real clean. And then you just do the same thing on this side. Go ahead and get all this kind of wrapped up. That's my buddy in the background. Get rid of all the excess seam with this over here. Just kind of just shave down to the edge to where you can see the end of this little silver skin here. Get your knife up underneath it, and then just again shave it on down. And this is not going to kill you at home if you can leave some of this on there, because again, a lot of it cooks off. But at the restaurant, we just like to get it clean as we possibly can. On the back side is the same thing. There's a little piece right here on the back that we do. Clean up the rest of this. Here at the restaurant, we'll blunt this off here, so we can kind of start our fillet cuts on this way. But again, save all this. Great stew meat, great ground beef. Same with this little piece here. we just like to start with a really good, clean barrel cut as we start cutting off the tenderloin, cutting off the fillets, what have you, for the night. This backside, again, is, you can kind of use most of it with your hand. It's just, there's a little bit of fat, a little sinew that's on this backside of this that basically attaches it to the T-bone, which is the other side of the T-bone porterhouse. Where it's located. We trim this down the best we can. We'll blunt that there. Use that for, again, ground beef, stew meat, what have you. And we're kind of done. It does not take long. It's not difficult at all. Get rid of all the excess sinew that we can. And there you have it. We have a good tenderloin, and at this point on, we'll start cutting these for the steaks going, tonight. We'll start from here, anywhere from, as we start with 8 ounces, you can go from 8 ounces to whatever size you like. At home, what we'll do is we'll cook this whole thing in this entirety, and then when the family's all together, we'll just slice it up into smaller pieces. So anyway, that's a quick little lesson on how we do that. Again, if you have any questions when y'all come to the restaurant, give us a holler. We'd love to show it to you again.